Hi, I'm WA and today I'm gonna tell you about the Wise Man Sphere from Patrick Rothfuss. It's a fantasy novel and the second of the Kingkiller Chronicles. I have some pros and cons about this book that I really liked. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads and I'm amazed. So let's begin. I really like the writing style of Patrick Rothfuss. It was way interesting and complex, but in a really simplistic way. Don't know if that's possible, but I really liked it. It captivated me. It was amazing. Second, the plot twists. I never knew what was going to happen, and it was so important in the young adult. Every book is so simple, and you predict like everything, and it's like there were many plots in like one. He had so many things running. It has romance, but it has this amazing magical world, but it's not actually magical, it's logically magical. You don't have magic powers that you don't know where they come from. You have to study magic, you have to learn some things that like alchemy and other things, and then there's naming. Naming is like the most powerful form of magic, that when you know the names of things you have power over them. The first book, it's called The Name of the Wind. So in this book we get to see the character actually learn the name of the wind and try to not forget it, because when you call it then you forget it, so you don't have the power of the wind anymore. And it's way wonderful, and it has all those powerful and complex characters that I like so much. We have his teacher in naming, who is so weird but also so funny and amazing. I like him so much. Then we have the other character, her name is Dina. I don't really remember because she always changes her name, because I think it's not very emotionally well with herself. I like the first book, like 4 stars out of 5, and then I picked the second, The Wise Man Sphere, right? And in the beginning it was like amazing. Kvothe got to learn so many things in the university, and The Name of the Wind, he caught up in all the drama. He got some lashes in his back, and it's just so much adventure going on. It's huge. It's obviously going to be a large story, but amazing, just amazing. And so Kvothe is also poor, so he has to struggle to make a living, but also pay for the university. Going back again, I started reading it. In the beginning it was very good, as I said, but then Patrick Rothfuss, the writer of this book, described in details some things like they had to catch some bandits that intercepted some wagons and travelers and got their money and taxes, and the owner of this land sent Kvothe to get rid of them, but they thought they were very few, but they weren't, and they were like 5 in Kvothe's group, and the enemy was like 20 people. To find them, they were going through uncharted land. They got some rough moments because they were really different mercenaries. Okay, But I got so bored in this part because Patrick Rothfuss described all that was happening in such detail, and it was progressing really slowly, and I got bored, obviously. But then the adventure, all the things that are happening because they find the bandits, and Kvolf was so careful. He thought that they shouldn't go rush capturing them or getting rid of them because they didn't know how many they were, but they were so wary and they want to go home, so they pressured Kvolf, and then they find out that the bandits were really many, and they're stuck in a way and they have to get free, but they're starting to surround them, kind of. Not yet, but they would. So Kvolf does his magic with a body. He links himself to the body and uses the heat of the body to cause some pretty damage on the enemy. It was so action-packed and it was amazing. It was really nice. After that, the plot was getting even more interesting because he finds a mythical creature, the Felurian, who actually is a seducer kind of creature. She's nude all the time, and the only thing that they do is sex, because she captures men, that's what she does, and take the juice, everything, and then they're like dead from way much physical exercise, if you know what I mean. But Kvolf has a very strong mind and he doesn't fall for her seat, not so much as other, and kind of tricks her into let him go with a gift, like a cup of light, sunlight and moonlight and shadows, and it's amazing because he can do so many things with that, and it protects him in the future. And he gets out, and then he goes back to university and he tries to learn more about the wind, and it's amazing. I think that I said I wouldn't tell about the plot, but yeah, I actually did. Not all of it, but I want to give you a taste about how amazing it is. I like the fact that it captures the thing with the different cultures, how people can get misinterpreted because of those different morals and social principles, and it's way weird because it's a different world, but it applies so much to ours. It's wow, very nice. And I like the complex love story. I really liked it because neither Kvolf nor Dina, whatever, are simple and really people of the surface. They have so many feelings and history, and they have obviously a really bad past, and it's obviously that affects the relationship, and it's so bad that it's slowly progressing. It's a slow romance, but with everything that's happening, it's I don't care if it's not really fast going. It's like different from every young adult, because in most young adults they have really intense relationships and so many intimate situations with sex and whatever, and we have this book that it's so much mental and not so physical. You know what I mean? It's really nice. I really like it. But then the also disadvantage, the only disadvantage that I have about this book to tell you is that it was really slowly progressing in the forest, as I said, and in other moments where it's really important for the plot because, for example, in the forest, the bandits, the leader of them was very important person. It was the enemy, the long lost enemy of Kvothe, and he realized it later in the book. But it's obviously that plot twists that you never get to understand after a long time, and you're like, what? And it's really nice that you don't read something obvious, and it makes your wheels spinning, Anyway, that's for today. I know that I haven't posted in a long time, but I had so much reading going on. Studying, actually, not reading. Reading is fun. Because of school, and I'm not going to be consistent for like 2 years. But when I find time, I'm gonna make a video once in a while. Like, Bye!